Hi guys, welcome back to Modern Golf. Hope you are doing awesome today. Today we're talking about Lab Putter Company and our trip down to Club Champion to get fit. And I broke this video down so it wasn't entirely too long by footage with my current gamer, the specs on that, and we went to the Mezz and the Mezz Maxx. So I don't want to get off on a long tangent, as you guys know I do, so let's just get into the video footage. First video up is the video of my current gamer, which is a Detroit Putter Company, a Newport/Answer Look with a sight dot. Oh, I can feel it. Yeah, you can totally tell. So when I start hitting the toe into the ground, I can blame you.
When you start making everything, you can also blame it.
But isn't that funny? This is not, as we discussed, not a putter you would normally fit me for.
It is not. It is not. But again, it doesn't, like, putter is, I want you to be just set it up and pull the trigger.
Well, that's how I feel with this one, not that one I pull, but
First of all, you vary. The less I have to think over a putt, the better off I am.
it's just interesting how that works out. Yeah, that's.
Now see, those,
How'd those roll?
pretty solid. You know what I'd be curious to see real quick, if you have a second,
Yeah.
is, no, we did this.
Oh yeah, we didn't do it with this one. Yeah, you want to see like how it rolls? Isn't that like what Even Roll or Evan Roll, whatever their name is? Their putters, don't they really start rolling quick?
Yep.
Like, isn't that like their, I want to say name of their game, but
Exactly. Quick and consistent.
let me get this out of the way. Now I'm not worried about that because it seemed like it kicked it. Yeah.
But come back here and look, and it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, this is probably too big, and this is probably too big. See, you want a small bounce here, but see how much that's up off the ground?
Yeah.
See how much here where this
That was where it started. Wow.
So now that has 3 degrees of loft.
Well, let's try it again. Can you smooth that out? I just want to, because I actually aim for the putt. I think I'm more caught up in the magic carpet over there.
And this does have, I mean, this has a little more loft than I would want on the putter.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing. It's the same, I can see.
How are you? Good. Now that device adds quite a bit of weight to the putter. So
Yeah.
we'll hit a couple just so you can kind of get the feel of that.
It does make it a little bulky.
Yeah. Did you order it at this loft and lie, or is this just what they sent
This
it
is
at?
just what it's
Okay.
said. I didn't really, I actually normally would play a 34 and a half.
Okay.
I would say normally. I have played a 34 and a half, but I wanted to try a 34. I was watching something that said I got to get my arms more.
Yeah. Does that feel too short to you? When
No, I mean you can see where I grip it.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Okay.
but not like when I'm playing. I don't feel like I'm too hunched over.
You have any questions on anything? Pretty much anything and everything.
Get that in there.
So, backswing, impact, follow through. You know, the most important thing I look at on this slide is if we look at the first, the second, the fourth, the sixth, the seventh, all of those are pretty much exactly the same stroke. You see this, you got a little more archy here. This is the one where you said, I feel like I'm cutting across it, which we can kind of see.
Yeah.
You kind of did. You kind of straightened it out the next one, but kind of cut across the next one. So 2 of them you did kind of cut across, but the rest were pretty darn consistent. I mean, and you're right, for the most part, There's a dotted horizontal line right there, and you see each different color. I mean, this is pretty much on the line, on the line, on the line, on the line. This is you cut, this you cut, the next two are pretty much on the line. So you're right, for the most part, you do keep it straight back and straight through.
So this probably isn't the ideal putter head then?
Probably not.
Okay. Well, listen, that's fine. I mean, that's...
Now, again, like you said, that's not to say you can't putt good with it, because you putt pretty good with it.
Yeah, I mean, you can putt good with a shovel if you're,
Right.
you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't disagree. All right, so you see how those, how we putt or don't putt with my current gamer. The current specs are 34 inches on that one, 373 gram head weight, and their proprietary shaft. So with that said, first one up that we tried with Club Champion was the Mezz. And this was their standard shaft, 34 inches. And again, you will see here how we putt both with the ball level on the ground and certainly aerial as well. Yeah, so I would say you got to play this putter.
A little more forward.
Yeah.
And again, they'll tell you that. All right. So we'll hit 5 with each.
Okay.
So that's more forward than you would typically play.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. Now, you forget how heavy this device that goes on there. But it actually, you know what? It kind of slows you down a little bit, which isn't a bad thing. But that's why I would like when that guy was saying, putter's too heavy. And I said, I think people would be surprised if you went on tour and saw the weights of people's putters. I think, first of all, the shortness of them, and then also the weight, which is relative, but. Yep, there's the pull.
I agree with you as far as the length.
I think people would be surprised if you went on tour and saw the weights of people's putters. I think, first of all, the shortness of them, and then also the weight, which is relative.
I think I agree with you as far as the length. I don't love the 35. I think 30.
It almost feels, you said something and now it hit home to me, like earlier when you were in the back. It almost feels like I have to get it out of my way.
Right.
And I really never have noticed that until like you said that. But you're not wrong. Like your hands can only go somewhere. And if they don't, then they gotta go this or here.
Yeah, I think I like the 34 and a half.
Yeah, well that's when I used to order putters, that's what I usually would get. But I can play it. I mean, listen.
Yes.
I'm not going to play Augusta. You know what I mean? Like it's, like you. We could grab anything out of here and make it a round of it. It's not. I like it. I have no issues with this one either.
Okay, so a couple things here.
Let me grab my little friend here.
Yep. If you remember, with yours, you were adding 2 degrees of loft.
Yeah.
Okay? So now with this, now, of course, part of it is because you've played a little more forward in your stance, but I would much rather you play something that you de-lofted a half a degree over add 2 degrees of loft. The other thing is, so I like that more. Look at this.
Same though, huh?
Right, but
Consistent.
but very consistent. Look at the difference. Okay.
Yeah, it's all over the place. That was my putter, right?
That was your putter.
Yeah.
Now, you had one low end towards the heel, you had one low out towards the toe, but the other 4 or 5, that's a lot more scattered than.
That's weird. Yeah, that is strange. So my initial reaction with the Mezz, it felt very hollow, and I had a very difficult time getting the ball to the hole. Almost like for the guys who played golf 20 years ago when Scotty first came out with the Futura, it looks like this big mass of a putter. It should be easy to get to the hole. This putter felt very hollow and was not ideal. So the next one up we tried was the Mezz Maxx. I played it this year twice, and I've now kind of enjoyed it more, but I was never a huge fan.
Okay. Now, and I would have.
It takes a little bit to figure that place out.
It does, and I would kind of say the same thing about that. There's a couple like rinky dink holes out there that I'm like, I don't love.
Yeah, overall, I enjoy the course. I don't like those holes that go whatever
I
they
know.
call it. I just
I
think
know.
it's
The
a little.
tribal holes.
Yeah, I just think it's a little.
It's a little much. Like,
Those are, I think,
No, I went back to the bigger one just to see roll-wise. You know what I mean? Like, how does it roll and how does... So the Mezz Maxx initial reactions were felt firmer, felt more solid, a little easier to get the ball to the hole. And again, the grip for both those is very unorthodox. So what we then tried to do after those was try and kind of start over with the original Mezz with a stability shaft. And you'll see it here in the video with the white shaft.
a little bigger, but it's not like outrageous.
Yeah, I would say I just hit 6 or 7 or 10 with the other one. I like the feel of this one better.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say this feel is maybe a little firmer, but it's a little more responsive to me.
Okay. Are you opposed to going with that shaft?
No,
Okay.
no, I wouldn't. I don't. It's just different, you know. It almost feels like a lightsaber. I mean, it almost feels. But no, it's amazing to me what that shaft does to the feel of that. I can't believe how many of those I've missed on the right.
It's not a bad thing.
No,
I mean, you're hitting them all.
same.
You know, I was like, oh, my two-thirds, I better, yeah, and, which is awful for you, but.
this would be the week. The week. It's not anything on top of that.
That was bottom, that was clunky,
Yeah,
but
it sure was.
that's,
It's a great miss.
Although I bet that, whatever that, yeah, that is pretty, I'm sure it does. That is the, spot, I'm sure.
what a difference. Now, I don't know what I'm doing differently, but
E-card? Is it E-card? Alright, and then read off the one card.
that was almost on the heel. At least it felt like it, yeah, at least it felt like it. I mean, ideally, that's how I like it.
I know.
I mean, yeah, that one felt the best. Of all the putts, that one was felt the best.
So as you guys saw, the Mezz, the original size Mezz with the stability shaft was really a much better feeling putter, much more consistent, and certainly felt, I won't say heavier, but felt like I didn't have to put as much energy transfer into getting the ball to the hole. Really, really liked the Mezz with the stability shaft, and I'll put the specs up here of the white shaft in the Mezz was actually Mike, the fitter throughout the videos, his gamer that he wanted me to try. And again, 34 inches standard length, standard lie for that one. We then tried it with the Mezz Maxx, and here's our thoughts. The Mezz Maxx, to me, with the stability shaft, had the best feel, certainly the most consistent speed and distance control, and to me, the best overall experience of all four that we tested all through the day. I know some of you are going to say, well, why don't you test the other models? The Mezz and the Mezz Maxx were the ones that really caught my eye and the ones I had played with before, so I didn't want to really jump ship with something I knew I didn't want to play, either the thinner center shafted one or the really large that looks like a potato masher to me. So things I learned through this process, and you guys may have caught wind as we went through this, playing the ball slightly forward for me was a huge help. I normally play, center of my stance and try to keep my shoulder kind of doing all the moving and kind of keep my wrist kind of slow. So that definitely helped. For my personal, we had to actually take loft off the putter for all of them, and the stability shafts made a huge difference. So for all those people that think that's a marketing gimmick, I would say try it. You'll be blown away at what a difference it made for really both the Mezz and the Mezz Maxx. And it does take a while to get used to the aim and feel for these. Unfortunately, this is not a putter that I think you buy today and you go out and shoot your lowest round with the lowest putts ever. I'm not saying it can't be done, but there is a work in progress with these putters. So the winning model for me was the Mezz Maxx in actually 34.5 inches, 2 degrees flat. I went much flatter than my gamer. 1 degree of loft reduced. Standard grip, and I'll show you up here the grip I went with. These two putters are ideal. I think Lab's whole system are ideal for people who are straight back and straight through. I don't have a big, open close. Mine is literally as straight as I can. And I caught myself with this putter. I almost try to open it and then close it at impact a little bit more, just the way it's set up. But I think once you get the hang of it, it's really easy to start making putts. Here's just some FYIs that I've noticed through the fitting process and certainly with Lab Golf. One is the finish on the black putters doesn't seem to hold up really well. And I'm not trying to talk bad about Lab Golf or anybody, but I just noticed it wears out almost systematically on the whole putter head, which some people don't care. Someone like myself, I want that putter to look brand new for 100 years. So for someone like me, it didn't bother me, but it definitely was something that caught my eye. Again, the shafts make a huge difference. This is not a putter I would suggest anybody going to buy off the rack or ordering directly from Lab Golf without being fit, either through someone like a Club Champion or definitely through Lab Golf. I'm not saying you can't take this putter out and have fun with it. I'm telling you, you're doing yourself a disservice by not getting fit for the exact specs you need. Let's talk putter grips real quick, and then I'll kind of wrap up in a couple other things here. But I would say if you get fit, I would buy multiples of your putter grip. I don't know how long Lab plans on keeping their putter grips around, but I can tell you changing that grip changes the whole dynamic of that putter. So if I was to order one tomorrow, I would order multiple grips. Again, this isn't something you can just change and put a wind grip on. They have proprietary grips for a reason, the way this is done, and they're very important to the dynamics of this putter. So if you like this putter and think it's going to last you years, my suggestion would be to get multiples of the grip you have. All right, so we wrapped everything up. I know you all want to know, what's the verdict? Do we suggest Lab putters or not? And without any really thought about this, is 100% yes. If you have a straight back, straight through putting stroke, these are home run putters. They're great. I love the feel, but I definitely preface, go get fit. 2 degrees flat, 1 degree I guess lower lofted for me, 34.5 inch. Not anything I thought I'd go in there for. So I highly suggest going to get fit at someone like a Club Champion to really get the benefits of these putters. But yes, I highly suggest them. The last thing with this is Lab Golf has an incredible customer service. Stories and stories on stories that I've been told on how great they are. I would suggest if you have any questions, see your fitter, or certainly reach out to Lab Golf. They are phenomenal at their customer service. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video, a little kind of behind the scenes of what it's like to be fit for Lab Golf. Again, this was over 3 hours of footage that we kind of shrank down as minimally as we can without kind of losing the purpose of it. But again, I will put my code in here if you guys ever want to get fit by Club Champion. Certainly you can use Modern Golf, my name, Jeff Herman, or I'll put the code up here to get a savings off your fitting. But if you guys have any questions, anything else you want to see, let me know. If not, we will see you next time. Thanks, guys.